elements to this. So I think there's, first of all, a mental part of this, like a mindset thing, because you are already putting yourself under just a little bit of pressure mentally of like, okay, now I need to, like, this is my practice time and I want to get better, of course, and I want to achieve something, and I have this goal now that I want, like, this is the thing I want to do today. So it's not like you're just feeling good and I just sing whatever. You have an agenda. So that's, sometimes that could put a little bit of pressure on you. And so when you feel a little bit of hoarseness or it just doesn't feel easy, it's like alertness already, and it makes you not as relaxed as maybe you would be if you had no agenda at all. You'd be like, oh, I'll just kind of hum this exercise because it's fun, and I'll just hum it as long as I want to hum it. Because you have this pressure of like, I have to have a progression today because I need to get there and I want to do the belting thing and like whatever, extend my range, and I have this agenda here. So what I always recommend is, if you have the time, just allow yourself to stay with those exercises that are not so much exercises yet, that are really just vibrating and feeling good with your voice, and just stay with that as long as you feel not quite ready to do anything demanding, or I feel like maybe I'm putting too much pressure on my vocal cords. But also, on the other hand, don't be afraid to damage anything, because really, honestly, to do damage, you would have to either do something very, very, very harsh to your vocal cords once, or do something kind of harsh continuously. So it's not like, oh, I'm a little hoarse and now I may hurt my voice. It doesn't really happen that easily. And it's almost like your eye. If something gets into your lens, then that could really damage something. But your eye is pretty durable. Even though it hurts, doesn't get damaged easily. You know what I'm saying? It's like the voice, it can hurt or feel uncomfortable and get hoarse, but that doesn't mean it gets damaged right then. So you shouldn't be so worried about it. Your voice can take a lot. Probably if you're not trained so much, you may feel hoarseness easily, but especially when you're putting on mental pressure, I think that's when it happens a lot. And then, of course, every voice is different, really, and respect that, because for me, I don't really need a lot of warm-up, just because I think I'm so relaxed in my mind that I always trust my voice, and I always trust the fact that whatever comes out is going to be good. And so I don't ever really put myself under too much pressure. And I think just that fact alone has saved me so much pain in my life, because I have all kinds of colleagues, especially in the classical world. I remember when I studied in college, it was everyone, even now, professionals. When I go to gigs sometimes and there's another singer, I'm the only singer ever that I see who's like, oh, I'll talk to someone right now. I'll eat, I'll drink. Oh, am I up? Okay, I'm up. Okay. But everyone else is always so, oh, I can't talk to you right now. And I never had these things because I think it's a mindset thing. I think partially, but why should I not talk before I sing? Why should I mean, I shouldn't maybe eat or drink certain things if I know I'm sensitive, but it's very much a mindset thing. And I hope everyone here really gets to a place, even in the class, to where you're confident enough in knowing where you're at and knowing how to fix certain things, to where you're not constantly putting yourself under so much pressure of always freaking out about, oh, my voice, I don't know. Your voice shouldn't be this thing that you're constantly struggling with. It should be, okay, I have limits. There's limitations of what I can do right now, but within those limitations, I can do anything I want to, and I'm confident, and it's fun, and I can hit the pitches, and I'm going to be okay. So, just having that confidence in your skills, I think is really important. And John talked about this sometimes. He put a lot of pressure on himself sometimes, and he said that himself, that just thinking, oh, tomorrow my voice has got to be really good because I got to sing to someone, that alone already made it worse.
E might seem like a tricky vowel because it is quite narrow. What I hear a lot of times is or E. Is not quite E, and E is very nasal. What you want instead is really think of the letter A, which is nice and open in the back of your throat, and then just lift the back of your tongue only what is relevant to shape the E. Basically, I'm placing it in the same mask here. I'm not darkening by not throaty, but I'm also not making it narrow. I'm just lifting the back of my tongue to make it very natural, and that's how it's pretty. It's also the most resonant and best sounding E.